Hi everybody, it's that time again. It's Monday. It's a fabulous day in Boulder. The sun's out, there's not a cloud in the sky. Well, I'll take that back, there's a few clouds. But it's still gorgeous. The weather is really nice and warm. So we're loving it. We're gonna hang in a little bit. Started. So I've got a couple go-to smoothies. I tend to be a smoothie person in the morning. It's definitely my favorite thing to go-to food because I do everything so quickly in the morning. Let me make one quick of the YouTube version. So the first one I'm going to get, I had a couple things in the freezer that needed to stay there until needed. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is one of my favorites. Love pina coladas, who doesn't? But can't have a pina colada cocktail in the morning. So I'm going to start with the basic. I put spinach as my base in everything, hence the green pina colada in the title. So to start, a couple big handfuls, fresh, organic, clean baby spinach. That's going to go in there. I use frozen pineapple. I tend to like everything to be really, really cold. So I start with my frozen pineapple. This I'm going to use about a cup of frozen pineapple. I'm not being too specific on my measurements, but if you want to, let's just throw it all in there since that's all that's left. Then I'm going to use, to kind of bump up the protein, don't need to bump it up much. Spinach has got a ton of protein. So just the 2 to 3 cups of fresh spinach is going to get you about 9 grams of protein, which is really awesome. Then I'm going to put a tablespoon of hemp seeds. I use it for everything, particularly in my proteins or my smoothies. And then this is coconut cloud. I talked about it a couple times, but it is, a friend of mine makes it. Love the stuff. I put it in my coffee when I want a little bit creamier coffee. But I also tend to not keep coconut milk around simply because I don't use it fast enough, and they don't make little 4-ounce cans. If they did, I would probably use more of it. But this is a dried version. Makes awesome coconut milk. And it looks like this. This is the packaging on it. I'll put a link on my page later if you want to get some of it. But I use it in soup. I use it in smoothies. I use it in my coffee. All kinds of stuff. And one of the things I really love about her stuff is she's got a turmeric version. You know, everybody's real big. Turmeric's awesome for inflammation, stuff like that. So I could put that in here too, but I'm not going to today. But remember, when you use turmeric, it needs to have a fat with it. It is a fat soluble. Needs fat to be absorbed. So coconut milk or anything like that is perfect for that. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of the coconut cloud. And that is going to be pretty much it. You can use water if you like for this, if you want to keep the calories down. I am going to use a little coconut water. I don't have this mixed into the calorie count because I was didn't decide to do that until last minute. But I'm also going to add a little bit of water. I do like my smoothies a little bit thicker, so I'm okay with it being thick. So 4 ingredients, super easy. It's going to give you for this amount, it's going to give you 354 calories, 9.5 grams of fat. Carbs are a little bit higher, but remember, it's all about the right carbs, so fiber, fiber, fiber. And protein with the hemp is 14 grams. So this is a great morning start because the protein and the fat is going to help balance the sugar absorption, which is going to make it slower. Protein releases into the insulin. It does spike your insulin more than carbs, but it does it a little bit slower. So don't go crazy. Don't eat a whole pig in the morning, but you know what I mean. Excuse me for the loud noise. Okay, good enough for that one. If you don't have a Vitamix, you have a great blender and stuff. I don't know how anybody functions without a Vitamix. It will make things smooth that aren't meant to be smooth, right? So I'm going to rinse that off. Let me use this again. So super green, awesome. Love it. And I'm just going to put this one in a mason jar because I'm going to stick it in the fridge and take it with me on my way to my workout, which I'm headed to right after this. Okay, so there's that one. See, that makes almost a quart. So this is a really good one. Drink half for breakfast, drink half later, take it with you. and enjoy it throughout the day. I am a huge advocate of jars. I love, obviously, everything's been moved to a jar. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is, that is what I'm calling the greenie pina colada, greenie peony. And then this one I really love for after a workout. So once again, spinach. I mean, it's going to be brown anyway. This isn't going to be a lovely color of brown, but who cares, right? It's not about the color, it's about the quality. So spinach in. I have taken almond milk and I make ice cubes with it because I like my smoothies to be nice and cold, particularly after a really awesome workout. So about a cup of almond milk or frozen cubes. I've made extras, so I'm just going to throw it all in there. I'll use it. And then this one has coffee as to get that mocha flavor. Now I use, I made a cup of coffee. I used my Lingji mushroom coffee that's instant, which is great. And I love this because one, it's going to cut a little bit of the sweetness of the chocolate powder, protein powder that I'm going to put in this, because they're all so sweet. I just can't take it. And I love sweets. But these, I think it's the synthetic sweet flavor, the stevia, that I'm not great with. So this helps cut it because it does have a little bit of that earthy taste. And mushrooms, if I'm going to add a coffee, I might as well get the healthiest coffee I can get, right? So mushrooms have been tied to all sorts of nutritional, antifungal, antibacterial, anti-tumor, over 1,100 studies on the quality of mushrooms. Make sure if you're using a mushroom product, none of the ones in the U.S. that are made in the U.S., use the cap. That's the important part. You want a 10-to-1 ratio of potency in the mushroom, so it needs to be the cap. This particular one is brand does 20-to-1. So if you have any questions about that, I can show you that. So these going in there as well. So get them out of the pan. So I've got my spinach, I've got my almond, I've got my coffee, chocolate protein powder. This particular version is Plant Fusion. I like this one. I get this one. I think I got this at Whole Foods, but it's no, I got it at a local nutrition place. Colorado Nutrition has it. They let me do a taste test to see which one I liked better. So that's going to go in. And then I had a little of the coffee left over, so I'll go ahead and throw that in too. And then I'm going to need some water because there's not enough. It will be ultimately, so I don't want to do too much because once that all breaks down, it'll be nice and liquidy, but really nice and cold. Sorry, excuse the Okay, that one could probably use a little bit more water, but I'm just going to let the ice melt a little bit and go from there. So that's what I've got for you today. Try these great smoothies. This particular one, once again, is 31 grams of protein, which is why I like it for after a workout. That's, of course, because of the protein powder. You can switch things up a little bit if you like to, if you're trying to not overdo your protein, which we often tend to do these days. 32 grams, little under 33 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 295 calories. And you can see that is a lot of smoothie. So that's going to be plenty of a meal for after your workout. So y'all have a great day. This will be on YouTube this afternoon or tomorrow. And of course it'll stay on Facebook. But enjoy, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.